Welcome to my channel.
And this is English Podcast Station.
Today we're diving into something, well, pretty essential if you ever travel. Checking into a hotel. And we're really focusing on the basics here, aiming this at anyone who's maybe new to it or just wants to feel, totally confident walking up to that reception desk.
Exactly. It can seem a bit daunting the first few times. We've pulled together some really clear explanations of the key terms, the procedures.
Yeah.
Our goal really is just to equip you with the basics, the words, the steps, so checking in feels smooth, not stressful.
Okay, let's get into it. The very first term, check-in. It sounds simple, but what's actually happening? What does it mean?
Well, check-in is essentially your official arrival moment. You go up to the front desk, the reception area, let them know you're there.
Right.
You tell them who you are, confirm your reservation if you have one, or ask for a room if you don't. It's basically the hotel logging you in, saying, okay, you're here to stay.
It's the kickoff point for your stay then. And just so we're clear, the opposite end of that, when you're leaving, that's checkout. Right?
That's it. Check in to start, check out to finish. Simple as that.
Okay. Now, most people probably book ahead these days. So what's the difference between having a reservation versus just turning up and asking if rooms are available?
Good question. A reservation means you've already booked your room in advance. You've maybe gone online or called the hotel and secured a room for specific dates. It's like pre-booking your spot.
Gotcha. So you're expected.
Exactly. Whereas asking if rooms are available means you're checking if they have any rooms free right now that haven't already been booked or aren't currently occupied and cleaned. It's more spontaneous.
Makes sense. So if I've been organized and made that reservation, what's the standard phrase when I get to the desk?
The clearest way is just to walk up and say something like, "Hi, I have a reservation under the name, your name." Straightforward, gives them exactly what they need.
Hi, I have a reservation under the name Smith. Perfect. But what about the spontaneous traveler? The one who hasn't booked? What should they say?
In that situation, you'd approach the desk and maybe say, "Hi, I'd like a room for tonight, please." Or maybe more generally, "Hi, do you have any rooms available?"
Okay, so do you have any rooms available? That signals you're looking to book on the spot.
Spot on.
All right. We've arrived. We've made contact. Now, the hotel staff might mention different types of rooms. It's not always just one room fits all, is it? Can you walk us through the common ones?
Sure. There are a few basic types you'll hear about constantly. First, the single room. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a room meant for one person, usually with one single bed.
Okay, single for one. Easy.
Then you have the double room. This typically means a room with one larger bed, like a double, queen, or king size, intended for two people sharing that bed.
Right, so double means one bed, but for two people. Got it. What else?
Next is the twin room. Now, this is important. A twin room has two separate beds, still usually for two people, but they get their own bed. Great for friends traveling, perhaps.
Ah, okay. Twin equals two beds. That's a key difference from double.
It really is. And finally, among the common types, there's the suite. A suite is generally bigger. It often has a separate living or sitting area in addition to the bedroom. It's usually seen as the more premium or spacious option.
So kind of like a mini apartment sometimes?
Sort of, yeah. More space, maybe more amenities. It varies, but that's the general idea.
Okay, so if I know what I want, say, I definitely need those two separate beds. How do I ask for it clearly?
You just state your preference politely. "I'd like a twin room, please." Or you could combine it with your length of stay. "I'd like a single room for 3 nights, please."
I'd like a room type for number nights. Simple enough. Now, moving on, they know who I am, what room I might want, what are the absolute must-haves they'll ask me for next. I'm thinking ID payment.
Exactly. Standard procedure. pretty much everywhere. They'll need to see some form of ID, your passport, maybe a national ID card or driver's license, depending on the country and hotel. It's to verify who you are.
Right, makes sense for security.
And yes, they will almost certainly ask for a credit card.
Okay, the credit card. Is that for paying for the room up front? Or is it more like a security deposit?
It's usually a bit of both, or rather, it serves multiple purposes. They'll often use it to take payment for the room itself, but also to guarantee payment for any extras you might charge to your room. These are often called incidentals.
Incidentals? Like what?
Like room service, maybe drinks in the minibar, pay-per-view movies, that kind of thing.
Huh.
Or, unfortunately, if there was any damage.
Ah, okay.
So what they often do is a pre-authorization. It's not an actual charge yet, but they place a temporary hold on a certain amount of funds on your card.
Like blocking some money.
Exactly, just to make sure funds are available. It usually gets released after you check out, minus any actual charges you've made. But yeah, having a credit card ready for check-in is pretty essential, even if you plan to settle the final bill with cash or debit later.
That's really useful to know about the pre-authorization bit. So when they ask, "Can I have your ID and credit card, please?" What's the smooth reply?
Just keep it simple and polite. Sure, here you go. Or, of course, here's my ID and card. Hand them over. Easy peasy.
Perfect. Okay, let's talk timing. There are specific times involved, right? Check-in time and check-out time. What do those actually mean?
Right. Check-in time is the earliest time the hotel generally guarantees your room will be ready on your arrival day. It's often somewhere in the mid-afternoon, like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.
Why so late sometimes?
It gives the housekeeping staff enough time to clean and prepare the rooms after the previous guests have departed, which is usually tied to the checkout time.
Ah, okay. And checkout time is?
That's the latest time you need to vacate your room and, well, check out on your departure day, usually late morning, maybe 11 a.m. or 12 p.m.
So, question. What if my flight gets in really early, like 8 a.m., but check-in isn't until 3 p.m.? Am I stuck?
Not necessarily stuck. It's always worth asking about early check-in. You can just politely ask, is early check-in possible? Or, any chance I could check in a bit early?
And what are the odds?
It depends entirely on how busy the hotel is and if your specific room type happens to be ready early. If they were full the night before, chances are lower. But it never hurts to ask politely.
Okay. And if the answer is no to early check-in, what do I do with my bags?
Most hotels are very used to this. They'll almost always offer to store your luggage securely for you.
Oh, great.
And they might suggest you wait in the lobby. The lobby is just that main entrance area, usually near the front desk, often with seating.
Right, the waiting area.
Exactly. So they might say, I'm sorry, your room isn't quite ready yet, but you're welcome to wait in the lobby, or we can hold your bags if you'd like to go out.
Good options to have. Now, something we shouldn't forget, no matter the situation, politeness. How crucial is that please and thank you during check-in?
Oh, hugely important. As our sources highlighted, being polite genuinely helps a lot. It just makes the interaction smoother, more pleasant for everyone.
Yeah, I guess hotel staff deal with a lot of people.
They do. And little courtesy goes a long way. Using please when you ask for something, thank you when they help you. It's basic respect, and honestly, it can sometimes make staff more inclined to help with little extras if they can.
Right.
It works everywhere.
Good reminder. Never underestimate the power of please and thank you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we've done the ID, the card, sorted the room type, figured out the timing. What's the very last piece of the puzzle before I can finally head to my room?
The grand finale of the check-in process. Receiving your room key.
Ah, the key.
Yep, this will probably be a plastic key card these days, but could still be a traditional metal key in some places. This is what actually lets you into your room. They'll hand it over, maybe point you toward the elevators, and you're all set.
Fantastic. Access granted. So let's do a super quick recap. For someone listening who wants those key phrases locked in, what are the absolute essentials?
Okay, essentials. If you have a booking, hi, I have a reservation under the name, your name. If you don't have a booking, do you have any rooms available? Or, I'd like a room for number nights, please.
Okay.
When asked for documents, sure, here you go. Or, of course, if you arrive early, is early check-in possible?
Right.
And weaving through all of that, remember your please and thank you.
Excellent summary. That really covers the core steps and phrases for a beginner's check-in.
Hopefully, yeah.
So after this deep dive, we genuinely hope that you, listening in, feel a lot more prepared, maybe less anxious about walking into that hotel lobby next time.
Absolutely. Getting the hang of these basics really does remove a layer of travel stress. It lets you start your trip feeling a bit more in control and ready to enjoy things.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. While these are the basics, it's always interesting to notice the small differences. How might check-in feel slightly different depending on the country, or even just the type of hotel you're visiting? Something to observe on your travels.
Good point. Always more to learn.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.